So quick update. So as I mentioned, in relocating the turbo unit itself, the downpipe that I was using in this application would need to be modified in order to sort of reach where it needs to go under the car and then out of the car. So basically what I did is I sort of set it up and decided where I was going to cut it in an effort to try and basically put in one or more pieces of tubing to sort of connect the two halves. So then I kind of propped up the lower portion of the car that's under the car, kind of propped it up with a piece of wood kind of thing, and sort of set that where I want it to set under the car. Then connected the sort of lower portion of the pipe that I cut in half and positioned the upper portion sort of facing it and sort of turn them towards each other, so that I can get an idea of what kind of section I need to add. And so I made this little piece. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Just with some 3-inch stainless tubing I had lying around, you know, as you do. And that looks like it's going to be close enough to fit. So I'll go ahead and clean this up, and probably just tack it up, check for sure that it fits, then weld it around, and then that's done. Cool. Another quick update. So finished the downpipe. I'll show you that time lapse real quick right here. Basically, so this is a sort of final mock-up install. So manifold is all welded up with the exception of the wastegate flange, but we can see that the wastegate is going to fit and clear. It's probably not going to clear that strut tower, but I'll leave that later. I'll leave that for later. That fits reasonably well. Sweet. And the downpipe has all the clearance it needs. Let's see if I can stick you down there and look. Yeah, so that's that bit where this big pipe is close to those smaller pipes. That's the bit that I was worried about, and there should be adequate clearance, plenty of clearance. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Yeah, everything is looking pretty good. How confident am I about all my welds? I'd say, well, yeah, like that ugly booger one. Yeah, I'd say a pretty solid 65% confidence. But yeah, even if the whole thing is fucked, you know, we made some progress. We tried something, and we're making some progress, and that's always good. So next step, break it down. I got some cleanup to do on the sort of port side of the manifold on the interior. I'll clean that up. I'll probably add a little bit of weld bead in there. Clean that up, put on the wastegate flange, and then wrap the manifold and the down tube in heat wrap. And you can see right there, see that ugly shit on that on that pipe. I had a blow through. I was going, it didn't, I mean, I basically, for thin wall stainless tubing, I can't move fast enough to keep it from getting burnt, as it were. But that time I was getting towards the end, and it was getting all damn hot, and I was like, whatever, just keep going. It's an exhaust pipe, who cares? And I blew a fucking hole right in it. So I had to just slowly gob some filler wire into that and fill a fucking hole in that pipe. So if you hadn't realized by now already, boys and girls, I'm far from perfect. Yeah, good to go. So far so good, sort of. So the manifold is pretty much done. I went in here and kind of cleaned up with a burr, and then added some weld bead to just try and smooth the transition. Probably you can't see that too well. Is that gonna help? I don't know. I mean, I think it's in any case it looks better than it did before. And invariably, I caused this flange to warp more, so it's not exactly flat. Is it flat enough to be able to clamp onto the head and seal? We'll find out. I mean, worst case scenario is I'll have to take it somewhere and have them shave it. It's already pretty thin. It's, what is it, 3/8. So worst case, I'd have to take it somewhere and shave it. Hopefully we don't have to do that. Hopefully it clamps up and seals fine. The downpipe, which was really actually a pretty good looking piece of metal when it was new, but now it looks like shit. And especially after my shitty weld job, that thing right there, I wasn't being careful and it blew open on me. I say blew open on me as if like it's just a thing that happened and it's not entirely my fault. And we got our flange on. It's still kind of warm, so that's good to go. What I'm going to do now is basically strip naked, go outside, and no, seriously, strip naked, go outside, and wrap them up with this heat wrap. I don't know what's in this stuff. I don't know what it's made of, but I know it makes you fucking super itchy when you get it on your skin, and it basically, once it gets into your clothes, it pretty much ruins your clothes because your clothes are going to be forever itchy. Furthermore, I'll wear. You should probably wear a mask. So I'll wear like an N95 mask. I don't know if these fibers are going to cause respiratory issues or whatever, but I kind of don't want to risk it. So that's what we're doing. Once it's wrapped up, they go into the car, and that's it. Well, probably then I'll find something wrong and have to take it all apart again. But yeah, and then that's it. Okay, situation report. Everything's together and she's running pretty good. So no perceived leaks from the exhaust at this point. That doesn't mean there aren't any or there won't be any, but there don't appear to be any now. And no smoke coming out of the exhaust. None. Now, probably would have been good for context to show you how much smoke was dumping out of this thing before, but believe me, it was just pour. If you leave it sit like this and run, it'll just pour smoke. So I'm pretty happy with this result. At the very least, even if all the work I'd done is fucked, at the very least, it looks like we sorted the issue with the smoking, and that's pretty encouraging. So as you can see, we're all wrapped up. I didn't bring a light, but probably you can use your imagination. Cool. Okay, hey, check this out, boys and girls. So the wastegate's all fitted up, looks pretty good. And there's the rest of, oh, I got some heat wrap just sitting there. There's the rest of the setup. I'm gonna have to do some modifications with the charge air pipe, the one down there, but it's a different segment. But so the wastegate's all arranged. It sort of fits pretty. I mean, it's pretty cozy, but it clears everything that it needs to clear. I'm gonna have to get some heat shielding back behind there, but check that out. Look at that. That's gonna be so good. And here's the best part. Check this out. Check it out. Oh, it's my fucking dream. Living the fucking dream. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's fucking perfect. Look at that. Woo! Oh, that's so good. Oh, there's one of an exhaust coming out the hood, and I finally have it. I finally have it. Now you can probably see that cap flopping around in the wind, and when I get on boost a little bit, you can see it open up. It's kind of cool to watch.